Why do some women become insulting and try to humiliate me? So in short, I will tell you that how things are on this planet right now is that you've got a lot of pissed off women running around that actually, through their experiences, have, in certain cases, a lot of disdain for men. So for a lot of women, it comes as an unconscious mechanism to possibly put men down or do something of that sort. That was kind of ingrained through the upbringings, and it's quite a sad thing that's going on here. Yeah. But it starts off pretty young, and for a lot of women, if they have bad relationships with their fathers, which in a lot of cases is true, a lot of that stuff comes up. So if they had any kind of disdain for their father, now you have a man here and it's almost automatic. It just comes to put him down, or it's just this energy that arises. So it may not actually be anything personal toward you. But what I would say is for a man to really understand how to interact with women, so that, for one, you don't take it personally when it happens, and even go a step above that where you can learn how to be inside yourself, so that when that arises, you can allow for the woman to notice that it happened. Because this is how you change the dynamic. Because in a lot of instances, when a woman does that, if she recognizes that she actually hurt you, and it gets reversed, where it's reflected and she sees that, something will spark inside of her where she feels like, oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah. So she doesn't realize she's hurting.
In a lot of instances, it's pretty automatic. In a lot of instances, it comes as a tendency, an unconscious tendency. She may know that, okay, she's making a joke, she may humiliate you in some kind of a way, but that urge, the energy just comes up, and it's on automatic. If that makes sense.
So reflect back rather than try to resist.
It's all about communication. When you're in a relationship, say long-term relationship with a woman, there's always going to be opportunities when you're in an argument with her, and she's blowing up in your face and saying a bunch of crazy ass shit that don't even make sense to you. And when that happens, you don't back down and you don't react. What you do is you reflect back to her reality.
Well, I have a question about that. What about just walking out? Like that happens. You know, situation like that.
Where am I going to walk to?
I mean,
just leave her there.
I'm just saying, just creating the space. So like she throws that kind of energy. It's like instead of fighting it or instead of subduing to it, what about just looking at it, giving her like a just straight look until she kind of calms down, and then just walking and leaving her there, letting her, deal with the energy.
If you're in a situation that's really bad, like say you're really arguing with a woman and she's just totally crazy and saying a bunch of nonsense things, do what you need to do. If you need to walk away, go ahead and do it. But I'll tell you, in a more subtle way, you're going to be dealing with a lot of women that have got some kind of issues. And and so you're going to need to do, as a man, you need to take on a little bit of responsibility to actually attempt to change what's going on the planet. You don't just back away. You don't need to walk away. If it's bad, yeah, walk away, do what you need to. But if it doesn't take much energy for you to say something back, it's almost like training a child. Do you know what I'm saying?
So we're pretty much being the parent of that one.
In a certain kind of way.
Or a guide.
More like a guide. See, men are actually guides. That's what they're here for. They're here to guide. A woman is a receiver. She's a creator. But women actually need direction. So now everything on the planet is reversed, and men are actually taking the back seat. So now you have women in relationships telling the men what to do, and that's why they're miserable, because the woman does not want to do that. A lot of the times those things that women say that they want, they actually don't want. They don't even know what they want. So the guys are frustrated, and the women are frustrated too. That's why relationships don't work. So it's just, as a man, when you really up the quality of yourself as a man, and you really stand strong in that, you're going to take that responsibility to actually assist the women in changing the polarity back to where it needs to.
I mean, if I would have just walked out, then I'm sure, I know exactly what she would have been thinking. What a jerk, just walked out on me. Gee, what did I do? I didn't do
Exactly,
anything.
and
just
nothing
walked out. What a
happens.
jerk, and she'd tell all her girlfriends what a jerk I am, and I didn't want to go there. You know,
Exactly.
I wasn't gonna give her any ammunition.
And the other thing is just something else. When you take that energy inside you and you actually put it out, something else inside you will actually spark, and you'll get a burst of your own masculinity, and you'll be like, wow, that felt so good. For me to actually stand strong, sit strong inside of myself, and stay in integrity with myself without losing my stability.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's my job to bring her up to a better standard, kind of. is what you're saying.
Always, it's all of our responsibility to bring people up.
Yeah.
We're all here to support each other in becoming more conscious. So if you have the opportunity to do it, take it. Because it's not only for them, it's for you. Something changes in you every time that you step up to that.